Hello, and thank you for joining me for a few moments here in our sanctuary. Whether you were able to celebrate Christmas with family in person or by phone or video chat, this definitely was a Christmas like none other, in a year like none other. And on the cusp of 2021, with vaccine distribution having begun, we're beginning to anticipate daily life that is not dominated by this pandemic. We have many reasons to be hopeful. In a moment, I'll say more about what we are planning for the new year at FPC. But first, I'd like to take a moment to look back on this year and share my deep gratitude for what it has revealed about us as a community of faith. Resilience and flexibility come to mind immediately. We have risen to the challenges of pandemic disruptions and restrictions, and we have shown what it means to be the church wherever we are. We've redefined how we worship and conduct meetings, even how we interact in person, with physically distanced encounters and masked faces. To keep each other safe, we have rewritten nearly every script and developed new protocols. But together, with patience and grace, we've figured it out. Worship, faith formation, spiritual support, and community outreach have continued and even thrived. We've displayed remarkable creativity and innovation. I have been especially impressed by the many ways we have cared for and stayed connected to each other. I want to highlight a few that have been particularly meaningful. Our deacons, under Reverend Mary Kay Collins' leadership, started Neighbors at First, which has enabled deacons to stay connected to a small group of church members, particularly those who might live alone, and follow up with member needs. Our children's ministries, under the leadership of Reverend Janet LeGros and Christy Harmon, implemented an incredible virtual program for our families and assembled a team of superheroes, volunteers who have made periodic home deliveries to our youngest disciples to help them continue to grow in faith and know the love of their church during this time. We've also prioritized caring for our city. Our outreach ministry, now under the leadership of the Reverend Wilson Kennedy, has leveraged your generosity to make a difference in people's lives. Last summer, we provided $100,000 to community nonprofits on the front lines of the pandemic, while continuing to support our established outreach partners. And with new revelations about racial inequities, a significant portion of our congregation has committed to learning personal and institutional history and made a commitment to seeking healing and justice for all God's children, work that will continue long after 2020 is over. Many of our small groups, including men's groups, pastors' Bible studies, our young adult group, and Presbyterian women's circles, shifted their meetings and programs online so that learning and fellowship could continue and even deepen during this season. And we have heard countless stories of church members caring for each other, checking in with phone calls, various kinds of assistance, and making pastors aware of members in need. Many of you have shared with us that you feel more connected to the church now than before the pandemic. Finally, your financial generosity this year has been truly remarkable, as many of you fulfilled pledges early and even increased your giving to ensure the church stayed strong. Thank you. Our stewardship committee, under the leadership of David Gray and many ambassadors, did incredible work this fall connecting with FPC members and friends as we took a leap of faith and sought to increase giving in 2021. At this point, we are at 88% of our goal. If you have not yet made a pledge, or if you feel called to increase your pledge, you can do so anytime at fpcrichmond.org/stewardship. We are deeply grateful for your support. As you prayerfully consider your giving, whether it's making a year-end gift or a 2021 pledge, let me offer you a preview of what is in store in the coming year. Your session, deacons, councils, committees, and task forces have been working hard to respond to the moment, but we've also been preparing for what comes next. Emerging from this pandemic is going to be a process and also an opportunity to implement what we've learned in this strange season. While we will continue to adhere to best practices for public health and to governmental guidelines, we are envisioning a return to in-person worship hopefully before Easter. We've recently installed equipment that will allow us to live stream worship from this sanctuary. As we make plans, our worship council is prioritizing the creation of a worship experience that is as meaningful for those who attend in person as it is for those who participate from home. We have a full program of J-term classes in January. You can learn more and register for as many classes as you like at fpcrichmond.org/jterm. Our Carson Memorial Lecture Series will be an online event with 3 local speakers who will share their expertise on the topic of racial justice and how we can be a part of the healing of our city and our nation. Planning is already underway for Lent and Easter, including meaningful faith formation for all ages, as together we journey through the Gospel of Mark. We continue to implement the new staffing model, session approved last January, which will support our commitment to enhanced technology and bolster our administrative capabilities. In all that we do, we hold fast to God's presence and guidance, even as we learn new ways of being church. Your willingness to show up, to try new things, to offer grace in the face of failure, this has enabled us to grow stronger as a community this year. And it is difficult to adequately express in words my gratitude for being on this journey with you, and the privilege it is for me to be your pastor. Someone recently told me that marathoners say every race has 2 halves, the first 20 miles and the last 6.2. This seems like a fitting metaphor for this moment. We've come a long way, and yet the road ahead of us still requires our patience and perseverance, resilience and flexibility. By the grace of God, we have been equipped to not just meet this moment, but to let it change us by deepening our faith and love for God, for one another, and for the community we are privileged to serve. May you and your family know God's presence and love in the final days of this remarkable year. And may we keep showing up and caring for one another and for the world God loves in all the days to come.